Yes.
Yeah, maybe I just honest. Yeah. Okay. Vectors by default, each and every object is going to be stored in the form of vector. A is equal to 10. That means 10 value has been assigned to the A value. Age is equal to, that means here A is equal to 10 means only we have assigned one value at a time. Suppose we would like to assign multiple values at a time. How do we assign? Age is equal to C of 10, 20, 30, 40, like that. As we discussed, how do we choose the, if I would like to want the third position, how do we get the third position? Age of 3, you will get a third. Suppose we don't want the fourth position, we don't want the fourth position, how do we get? Minus age of -4 will be the, but here age we can able to get the one variable at a time. Vectors we can looking at the one object at a time. Age is the one object, other name of object is also called as a variable in the R. But suppose I want to, of course you want to do the analysis. How do you do? You should, the data should be in the form of table. First, as we're discussing the structured data, what do you mean by structured data? Structured data means the data which consists of rows and columns. It should be in the form of structured data. Now if it is in the form of structured data, how do we do here? Does it, now age is equal to C of 10, 20, 30, 40. Is it a table? It is not a table, it is a just vector. Suppose you want to create a table. How do we create a table in R? How do we create a table in R? For this, data frame, is nothing but collection of vectors are called as data frame. Here vectors, it can be both numerical as well character. Now we would like to understand, but at the same time length of each and every vector should be the same. If you want to create a data frame, the mandatory rule length of each and every vector should be data frame is the collection of vectors are called as the data frame. It can be both numerical as well as character data. Mandatory rule is length of each and every vector should be the same. Length of each and every vector should be the same. Now in this case, how do we write the syntax of the data? Here, for example, I have three vectors, A, B, C are the three vectors. Assume that A is the one vector, B is the another vector, C is the another vector. Suppose I am storing XYZ is equal to data dot. How do we create syntax is data dot frame of A comma B comma C. A comma B comma C. A is the one vector, is a collection of vectors. As I mentioned, the first point, collection of vectors are called as that. We are collecting. A is the one vector, B is the another vector, C is the another vector. We are collecting all the three vectors are called as the data frame. The syntax is data dot frame of your vectors, whatever it will be. Of course, we will do the practical now. Any questions on the call? Let me open the R Studio. Any questions, guys? Yes, here let me see. How do we, let's say I am creating the first variable age of C of 10 comma 20 comma 40 70 comma 100. That means here we created the one numerical variable age, 1 to 5 numbers, 10 20 40 70 100. Now I am creating the name is the other variable, name C of Tara, John, Martin, Nan, and data. Assume the data is also one name. Here data is a character variable, 1 5 Tara, John, Martin, all these things. Now here marks is, let's say, English. I mean English marks basically. C of 80, 85, 90, 45 and 68. We have three variables, right? We created the three vectors basically. Now in three vectors, we created the three vectors. Those are age, name, English. Out of that, how many are the numerical vectors? Out of three, we are having the two are the numerical vectors. What are the numerical vectors in this case? Age and English are the numerical vectors. Name is a character vector. Let me create the social, I mean science. Science is equal C of 90 comma 60 85 86 56 and 43. Science also. Now I want to look what are the list of objects which are presented in the global environment. What are the list of objects which are presented in the global environment? Of course, we are able to see age, English, name and science. What if I have a 10 or 20, I cannot able to see all these things? To look at the global environment, we have a one function called ls. Ls means list of objects. Ls function means it will give us the list of object. Ls function will tell us about list of objects. Here in this case, ls function list of object. ls of ls, suppose if you mention ls bracket, nothing we need to write, just we need to write ls parenthesis bracket. Automatically it will give the what are the objects. How many objects are we can see? We can see age, English, name, science. Automatically can we see all the four? Age, English, name, science. Age, English, name, science, all are the four objects which are presented here in this case. Now what we are going to do, for example, how do we remove? We'll remove later on. Let me first we'll go with the data frame, then how do we creating a data frame? How do, let's say we said the student is equal to, I'm assigning the student data dot frame name comma age comma English comma science. This is what the meaning. This is how we can be created. Am I right? As per the syntax, data dot frame name, age, English, science. See here. Can everyone please focus on the global environment? In the global environment, we have a data. Under the data, we have a student with 5 observation and 4 variables. 5 observation and 4 variables. Now, I want to see the table. We would like to see the table. How can we see? If you want to see the table, we can see in two ways. One is here can you see, everyone see the student? Click on the student once. Here you can see the student name, we have age, we have English, we have the science, Terra, whatever the way we have created, right? Now other way around, how do we see? Just to use the view option. In view, V is the capital. View of, in view, V is the capital, and mention your data set name. What is your data set? Student. Then press enter. Automatically you can see that also. You can see the table in two ways. One, just click on the data set. Otherwise, by using the view option. In the view option, V is the capital 1. In view option, V is the capital 1. View of your data set name. Here can you see, right? View of student is the, let me write down the, it will directly open the data set. Can you hear me, right, everyone?
Nobody.
You cannot hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. No questions.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, thank God. Okay, thank you. Any questions over here? No. Okay, perfect. Now we would like to play with the data frame. We created the table, right? The table, as the meaning of the table, what do you mean by table? What does it consist of? Observations as well as variables. That means table which consists of both rows and columns. Now, as yesterday we looked the positions, right? Second position, like a third position. Now the way, same way, we would like to play with the data frame today. How do we play? Okay. For that, here we have a one syntax, small syntax we need to remember, sir. The syntax will be, here data set is the student, right, sir? Here, that is what the position give. This is the square brackets is nothing but arrays. Square brackets is nothing but array. Here we set the comma. Here before comma, it indicates about the rows. After comma, it indicates about the columns. Before comma, it indicates about the rows. After comma, it indicates about the columns. Before comma, it indicates rows. After comma, it indicates columns. After comma, it indicates column. For example, student of 2 comma 2. Student of 2 comma 2. What does it mean? Second row, second column. Yeah. Yeah, tell me. Student of 1 comma 1. What does it mean? First row, first column. Student of, what does it mean? Comma 2. Before comma, we did not mention anything. Before comma, if we did not mention anything, means it will consider all the rows. Here in this case, before comma, we did not mention anything, right? We did not mention anything here. That means it indicates all the rows along with second column. Along with second column. For example, the same way here we write like this: student of 2 comma, what does it mean? This one meaning all columns along with second row for all the columns. Both are the same. Whatever you said, both are the second row with all the columns. Okay. Shall we do a practical session? Here in this case, let me play with the here student of 2 comma 2. Let me print the table here. Let me this is also we can see the output student. This is the meaning student of 2 comma 2. What the value we are going to get? Second row, second column. Second row, second column. What is the value we are going to get? 20. We are going to get the value. For example, I required 45. Suppose I want to extract the value of the 45. How do we extract? Student of third row, fourth row, right? 45 is the fourth row, comma, third column. Suppose I required 10 and 80. I required 10, 80. How do we write? I required 10, 80. Student of first row, 10, 80 in the first row, comma, 2 colon 3. 2 column 3, it will give the second row, second column and third column. For example, sir, I required like this. For example, I required name Terra and I required English marks as well as science mark. I doesn't require age. Then I required name, English 80, science is the 90. How do we create? Student 1 comma minus 2 minus 2. So what it will minus 2 means it doesn't print the second column. Apart from the second column, it will print the remaining column. For example, now I required now nan and 45. I require nan 45. Nan 45. Here we can write like this. Student of nan is in which row? Nan is in fourth row. Nan is in fourth row, comma, minus, because I doesn't require second comma 4, right? I require second row, I doesn't require second column and fourth column. I require first column and second. Minus C means it doesn't consider those two columns. C means concatenate function. It doesn't consider the second and fourth column. Then what are the columns it will consider? First and 3. That is the nan 45. Am I right, sir? For example, we are doing it. For example, student of 1. I did not mention anything. Student of 1. What does it mean? Student of 1. It will give the first column. Student of 1 means it will print the first column in student table. Student of 1 means see name, Tara, John, Martin, Nan, data like. For example, like this, can we write like this? Student of name. If we write the codes, same thing also. That means name is the one variable. Like that is also it will work. The same way, the same thing we can write in the two ways. Student of name. When you write the variable name, we need to write in the quotes. If you write the position, doesn't require to mention in codes. Clear, sir? For example, we have a student table. Let's say we have an age variable, right? As we discussed the age variable. Can we calculate the, for example, what happens if I add age plus 3? If I add age plus 3, what happens? It will, for example, we have a, let me go show you an example. We have the age variable. Age is equal to C of 10 comma 20 comma 30 40 50, right? Age plus 3, what happens? It will add plus 3 for each and every position. This meaning is it will add plus 3 for each and every position. Here in this case, 10 plus 3, 20 plus 3, it will go to 30 plus 3, 40 plus 3, comma 50 plus 3. That is 13, 23, 33, 43 and 53. 13, 13, 23, 33, 43 and 53. Can we subtract age minus 5? Yes, age minus 5 also it will work. Age divided by 10 also it will work. Age into 5 also it will work. Everything, every operations it perform. Why I explain this, I will explain also reason. Okay, is it clear? Any questions?
We want some 2 columns, but we are removing minus 3.
That means we are removing minus 2, minus 4. But we required first column and third column only, right?
That's right. We can write 4 comma C of 1 comma 3.
That is also fine. Both are same only, right? Both are the same only. Here in this case, for example, let me print the age of 5. What is the output? Can anyone guess? What is the output? 15, 25, 45, 75, 100. 15, 25. Now let's say age of minus 10. Can anyone guess what is the output? 0, 10, 20, 60, 90. 0, 10, 30, 60, 90. Right? Here in this case, now age divided by 5. 2, 4, 8, 14, 20. The same way, we are adding the values to the whatever. So that means for a vector, numerical vector, we can add it, we can subtract it, we can multiply it, we can divisible it. Can we see all these things? Now you may get a one question in your mind: is it possible to do the same thing for the data frame? Is it possible to do the same thing for the data frame? Let's say student.
Hi, Guru.
Yeah, tell me.
Could you please do age divided by 2?
Age divided by 2.
Yes.
Yeah. For example, age divided by 2. Yeah. 5, 10, 20, 35, 50.
35 is.
So here in the age we have a 10, 20, 40, 70, 30, 100. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 40 divided by 2 is 40. 40 divided by 2 is 20. 70 divided by 2 is 35, right?
70 divided. Okay. If it is 37, what is the output? If it is 37,
it will give the point, right? 37 means 17 point. I mean 18.5.
It will give like 18.5.
Yes, it will give.
Okay. Then.
Yes, he's asked the question, what if instead of 70 there is a number called 37? Let me show you that also if you have a doubt. Age of, how many positions we have in age? 5 positions. Age of 6 is equal to some number is 37. What happens? Now age will be going to, age will be 10, 20, 40, 70, 30, 100, 30. Now age divided by 2 will be 5, 10, 20, 35, 50, 18.5. I hope it will be clear for you now. Now the same thing what we are doing here, we have a, so for a vector, yeah,
decimal points are Koti?
yeah,
How many decimal points?
depends. It can be take anything. Ideally it will take up to 2 maximum. It cannot take more than 2.
Okay, you told 32 byte is allowed, right?
Huh?
32 bytes are allowed, right? Per vector.
Length is the 32 bytes. Yeah, it will take maximum, but we can take round of 2. I'm saying maximum we cannot take after 2 decimals. You can take, of course, when you see the algorithms, you can up to, it will go 8 bytes, total 32 bytes, it will long see. But in our general analysis purpose, we will not take more than after decimal point more than 2 values. I mean after decimal point we can take only 2 values maximum. But in our analysis, but it will take up to 32 bytes it will consider. Now student is a, age is a vector. For age we can perform all the operation. Why don't you perform the same thing? Student. Now student, it consists of name, age, English, science, right? For example, if I am adding student plus 2, if I am doing student plus 2, be careful here, student plus 2, what happens? See, it is throwing an error, warning message in ops factor left right, plus is not meaningful factor for factors. Plus is not a meaningful factor for the factors. Here see, because of here, if we go here in the student, we have the first variable is name. Name, under the name first is a Tara. Tara plus 2, does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So it is giving us NA. NA means not available or not applicable. 10 plus 2 is 12. 80 plus 2 is 82. 90 plus 2 is the 92. The same way, John plus 2, does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So what is doing? It is giving the value as NA. 20 plus 2 is the 22. 85 plus 2 is the 87. 60 plus 2 is the 62. The same way it is applicable for the remaining value. So that means when you are adding or subtracting, multiplying, are divisible with the table, especially data frame. Table is nothing but data frame. You need to be careful, because the table which can be some of the numerical variables or some of the character variable. So while doing these kind of actions, like BODMAS, basically bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, if you are doing these kind of things, please be careful with the things. And one more important point, very very important point, fundamental point, by default each and every data set, when you are importing the data set from the external sources, if you are importing from the data from the flat files, what do you mean by flat files? The data which is in the form of CSV, .xls, .xlsx, .txt, as well as servers, any server, whatever the data which are presented in the R, which are presented in the, once it presented in the R, it will be look like as a data frame. It will be stored by default as a data frame. Any external data which is going to be stored in R as a data frame. Simple. Clear, man? We have a flat file. What do you mean by flat file? .csv, .xls, .xls, .text. For example, you are importing those files into R. Importing means download, I mean loading the files into R. Whenever you load the files into R, by default it is going to be stored in the form of data frame. That means it will be stored in the form of table. Table is nothing but data frame, right? Now let me tell you, for example, here in the student, how many variables we have? Student, we have a 4 variables: name, age, English, science, right? Now in this case, I would like to add the another variable. Let's say here we have a name. Is as we look into the name, it look like as a character variable, right? Age, English, science is a numerical variables, right? Now how do I check particular variable type? I want to check the particular variable data type. How do we check particular variable data type? Class of student table. Student, if I want to access the particular variable in the table, we are going to use the dollar symbol. Dollar symbol means to access a variable name. Name means it will give the factor value. Factor because we have a 5 levels, right? Factor or character both are the same only. Factor or character both are the same only. Class of student dollar age. That is a numeric. Now here in this case, what we are going to do? So we have a 2 variables or 10 variables we can do manually. What if you have 100 variables? What if you have 100 variables? Can you do class of dataset dollar particular variable 1, class of dataset dollar variable 2, class of dataset dollar variable 3? Can we do like that? It will be very difficult to do. For that, to know the structure of a data, we have a one function. To know the structure of a data, we have a one function, that is str of student. str of student. str means structure. That is function name is str. str means structure of the str of data set name. How do we write? See here, data frame. So our data is a data frame, 5 observation and 4 variables. 5 observation and 4 variables. Is it right? 5 observation like Tara, Nan, John, Martin, data. We have the 5 observation and 4 variables like name, age, English, science. Like that we have 4 variables. Here name factor with 5 levels. By default, when you have a name kind of variables like PI information, PII means personal identification of information. Like your name, your gender, date of birth, your area, region. These are the 5 information, PI information. You need to know when we are discussing about the project, banking project, we will discuss about the PI information. But when you have these 5 variables, automatically it will store as a factor. Of course, factor is a character variable. Factor is nothing but the character. Nothing is the difference. But what is the difference between the character and factor? Factor will give us the unique levels of a data. Character doesn't give us the unique levels of a data. Here file like data John, all this thing. Data John means it will give the ascending order. Like First alphabetical orders it will give. First start with the data, John, and the position. Data in the 5th position, John in the 2nd position. Like that, it give the position. Here we have a age variable. In the age, NU means numerical, and it print the data. English numerical, it print the data. Science numeric, it print the data. Clear? Pushpa? Everyone is clear? And you may get that out. Here it print the all the 5 observations. Does it print the by 1000 records? Does it print the by 20,000 records? No. It just print the 5 to 10 records only. It doesn't print the all the records. str function will let us know about the your type of the data. In the real time of data science project, first and foremost step, whenever you receive the data, first and foremost step you have to do always is know about your each and every variable meaning, as well as know about type of each and every variable. That is mandatory for all and each and every variables.
Hi, Kuti.
Yeah.
Here, what is the factor W/5? Factor, we know character.
Factor with 5 levels. 5 levels means 5 observations. Because 5 levels, 5 observations.
Yeah, what is the meaning of 5, 2, 3, 4, 1 after John?
The positions. Data in the 5th position, John in the 2nd position, 3rd position, like that is it is by default. When we print the sort the ascending data, ascending order positions.
Oh, okay.
Fifth data in the 5th position, because when you mention here factor with 5 levels, how does it print the data here? It print the data in ascending order, means alphabetical order. First A will come, second B will come, third C, like ascending order it will. And whatever the corresponding position which you have, those positions here printed. Data in the 5th position, as you look into the table, here in the data in the 5th position, John in the 2nd position. This is how it gives. Here if you look into the table, data in the 5th position, can everyone able to see? In the top, data in the 5th position, John in the 2nd position. That is what meaning.
Okay. According to this character variable, it will print like age also, or like age as normal as it will print, right?
Yes.
Because here data is in 5th position, 100, age is 100, but it is printing like number.
No, it will print only for the categorical variable. It will print a numerical variable as it is, like however data looks like, that is it print as it is, like that. Only for the categorical variable it print in ascending order. For the numerical variables it print as it is, like as our data set.
Okay. Thank
you.
Yeah.
Cody, I have one query.
Yeah. Tell me.
The age vector is 6 values, but here only showing 5 values. What about the remaining?
No. See, here your question is right, but when did we create the age value? Now we created the age here 6th in the 78th row we created, but before only we created the data frame, right? Before only we created the data frame, right? When we read the data, we have the 5 values only first. When we created the student, we have the only 5 values. After that, for the vector, we are at the 6th position.
Yes, Cody. Suppose if I am creating student at the time, I have 6 values in age, then what happened? Remaining 2 vectors as a 5 values.
It doesn't create. That is my next point. I'm about to talk that point.
Okay.
Yeah. Next point is, now as I said the first, when I starting off the data frame, I said the one point, like what is the point? Mandatory point, you might have written that mandatory point is each and every vector should have the same length. Let's say I'm going to create the other thing, like for example, weight is equal to C of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Now I want to create another data frame, like std1 sft stf1 is equal to data dot frame of age, like forget about the age, like name, English, comma, science, comma, weight, right? See, it will throw an error. Error in data frame name English and arguments imply from differing number of rows 5 comma 7, because name English science, which are the 5 positions, right? See here, English 5 positions, name is 5 positions, science are the 5, but weight are how many positions we have? 7 positions. So that is the reason it is throwing an error. So make sure that while creating a data frame, each and every object, because object is nothing but vector, should have equal length. If it is a different length, it will not create. It will throw an error like this. When you write the point, if you want to create a data frame, so what do you mean by data frame? What is the definition of data frame? Data frame definition, what is the definition? Collection of vectors are called as the data frame. So for example, one vector the 5 position, other vector is the 5 position, other vector is 7 position. While creating the data frame, each and every vector should have the same number of position. Here in this case, name is how many positions we have? 5 position. English is how many positions we have? 5 position. Science is how many positions we have? 5 position. What about the weight? 7 positions, right? So does it have the same length? So it doesn't create an data frame. It will throw an error. The error will be like this. We did not. In student we have equal number, right? Student in equal number. That is the reason it has been created. Here we are creating with the STF1. It doesn't create because it throw an error. It doesn't have the equal length, right?
No, here the point is STR student is also different vector, right?
STR of student is the data frame. STR means it will tell about the structure of that data, whether it is a numerical data or whether it is a character data.
Here you are pointing to STF1 is a different sector of data. How it is representing the name will be different, this name will be different. STR and STF1.
STR is a function. STF1 is a table. We are trying to create a table. For example, forget about STF1, create ABC. This is what we are going to create. We are creating a table here in the ABC. STR is a structure for in the data in the table. For each and every variable, we would like to know the structure. That is what we are doing the STR function. Got the confusion? అవును it will, that is the meaning. What is the mandatory point? If you write the mandatory point also, I said if you want to create a data frame, each and every vector should have the equal length, then only it will create the data frame. Otherwise it will throw an error. Error will be like this. First we created the student, right? When we created the student, in each and every we created the age, English, name, science, each and every are the same. That is the reason it has been created the data frame. The data frame name we have treated as the student. Here str function will, for each and every object in the student, we have the, suppose if I click on the student, when I click on the student, here you can see the 4 variables are name, age, English, science, right? So I want to know the data type of each and everything. Here name is, by looking at the number of records, you can say name is a character variable. But if I have 1000 observation means 1000 rows or 2000 rows, is it possible to tell whether it is a numerical variable or character variable? To understand that point, we can check the data type of a name. For that, we can use the class function basically to check the data type, or we can use the mode also. But class of data set dollar symbol to access the particular variable name. For example, here you can 5 7 you can write manually class of. What if you have 1,000 variables, 1,000 columns? Can you check manually class of dataset $1, class of dataset $2, class of dataset $3? Can you check? We cannot check. For that purpose, what we are going to use? We are using the str function. Str function will tell us about structure of the data. It will give us the each and every variable names. That is what we have done. Here what we are doing, stf1, I created the other variable weight. WGHT is the weight. It consists of 7 positions. Now I would like to create another data frame that I am keeping as a ABC is equal to data.frame. How do we create the data frame? Data.frame name in the 5 position. Science is also 5 position. English is also 5 position. Weight is how many position we have? 7 position. The mandatory and basic rule while creating the data frame, each and every vector should have the same length. For example, if one variable is 5 position, second variable also must have the 5 position. Third variable must have the 5 position. Fourth variable also must have the 5 position. But in our case, weight is the 7 position and remaining name, English, science are the 5 positions. That is the reason it throwing an error. That is the meaning. Pushpa, clear? Is everyone is clear? In the online, is everyone is clear?
Koti, this is Narendra.
Yeah. Now tell me.
Suppose once I created the data frame, after I change the values in all vectors, equal values, I added the equal values all vectors. So in that case, I need to again create the data frame, or is there any chance to refresh the existing data frame?
You have to create again. It doesn't replace the data frame.
Okay.
You asked the good question. What is the question is here? I created the one data frame. Let's say after that I change my vectors. Does it automatically replace my data frame? No, it doesn't replace the data frame. If you want to again, you have to. If you want again, you need to create the another data set. Once you create a data frame, by automatically it doesn't change unless until you change the data frame. Clear? Now, shall we discuss the another one?
Koti,
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Suppose weight has the 7 datas. Okay. Now I want to make the 7th one into null or 0. Okay. So can I give the weight of 7th position equal to 0 or null like that?
Yes, you can give, right? For example,
Can you?
Yes, yesterday we did it, right? Weight of 7 is equal to 0. Automatically it will give the weight.
Okay. The 0 means it will just update the 0. It won't remove that 7th position, correct?
7th position, it won't remove the 7th position.
Okay. So again, we need to create the new one. That is what you are explaining to Nagendra, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, next one is everyone. Now, what is the drawback of data frame? What is the drawback of data frame?
Fixed length?
Yeah, length is the main factor, right? Different length we cannot create for them. So for that, to overcome that problem, we are going to use the list. List is nothing but collection of vectors with different lengths along with along with different numerical observation as well as different character observations. Observations are vectors basically. Observation nothing but vector object basically. Different numerical objects or vectors, all these things. Okay. Collection of vectors with a different length along with the different. Here how do we create? Again the function is here list. Let's say my list, I have assigned my list is equal to list of a comma b comma c comma d, like this. We are using the function called list. We are using the function called function list. Okay. Now how do we create this one? How do we create this one? Here creating the list data type. For example, x is equal to c of 1 colon 20. What does it mean? C of 1 colon 20. What does it mean? It will give 1 to 20 values, and where it is going to be stored? It is going to be stored in x. Next, y is equal to data science with R. What does it mean? It is the character data type that is going to be stored in the y value. For example, z is equal to student. What do you mean by student here? Have you ever seen the student? What is the student? Data frame. That is a table. That means student we are assigning to the z. Okay. Next one will be a is equal to true. True and false are the Boolean options basically. We have a different thing. We have a true is the different, student is the different, data science with R is different, C is the different. Now I want to create the list. How do we create the list? List, my list is equal to list of, first one is x, second one is y, third one is a, fourth one is z. You can keep anyway, like z, y, x, any order, whatever the order you want, you can keep. There is no mandatory, you need keep. Right, sir? How many variable, how many vectors I have considered here? 4 vectors. X is the one vector, y is another vector, a is another vector, z is the another vector. Now if I print the my list, be careful sir here. Here see, x is in which position? First position. So here double array bracket, double square bracket of a, here whatever I selected, double square bracket of 1. First one means double square bracket 1. It will means input. First input 1. That means whatever the input we are giving, x. A double square means second input, whatever we are given. Double square 3 means third input. Double square means, double square 4 means fourth input. Here second 1 is right. This is the output. Here again 1. For the second, first input, here 1 is 1 square 1 means the output. Like how many records we can see of 1 to 20, right? Those are second input data science with R. Third is 1 is true. This is the 4. For example, now challenging question to all of us. Now here I want to get the sixth position. I want to print the sixth position. How do I print? Where is the sixth position? Where is in the sixth? First input or first vector, sixth position, right? How do I get this one, right? Like this is the y, like my list, first input, this is the sixth position. For example, I need 68. I need 68 value. How do I get my list 68 in the fourth in vector? Okay, this is the data frame basically table. In which row? Fifth row. Which is the value? Third position, right? And everyone, question to all of you. Suppose I want the 60 number. This is the whatever I selected, 60 number. How do you get? Can please write down the syntax? Please write down your books. And who are in the online, can you please type in the chat box? The question to all of you. I want to select the 60 value. How do you choose the 60 value? We want to choose the 60 position. How do you choose the 60 position? My list of 4, perfect. 2, 4, that is perfect. Perfect. Giri, small error, check the brackets perfectly. Giri, small error, check the brackets perfectly. Perfect. Perfect. And next point to all of you. Clear? Okay. Next, I want to select the true. I want to print the true. How do you print? My list 3. Here, 2 ways we can write. My list of 3 of 1. That is the true. Other way around, my list of 3. Also it will work true. Because only one output, right? That is the reason we don't need to mention. Perfect. Yes. This is about the list. Where do we use the list? Whenever we build the algorithms, or other name of algorithms is also we call as a model. To interpret the models, we are going to use the list input. To interpret the models, whenever we build the algorithms, regression models, algorithms, logistic or decision tree, random forest, whenever you want to interpret the algorithms, we are going to use the list input. There we will discuss in detail about the list input, support vector missions, all this. Okay, that is all for